R. Kelly's abandoned mansion. R. Kelly, born Robert Sylvester Kelly in 1967, was once one of the most celebrated figures in R&B. Rising from poverty in Chicago to becoming a multi-platinum selling artist, Kelly's career spanned over 3 decades, defining the sound of contemporary R&B and hip-hop soul. His hits like I Believe I Can Fly, Ignition, Remix, and Step in the Name of Love became anthems of a generation, and his work behind the scenes as a songwriter and producer earned him legendary status in the music industry. Yet beneath the glitz and the Grammy Awards was a dark undercurrent of abuse, manipulation, and denial. As decades of allegations mounted and the truth came into the public eye, Kelly's world of opulence collapsed. Today, he resides in a prison cell, far removed from the luxury mansions and multi-million-dollar lifestyle he once flaunted. This article takes an expansive look at R. Kelly's luxury lifestyle, his abandoned mansion, his extravagant spending, his declining fortune, and the legal turmoil that consumed his life, wealth, and legacy. The pinnacle of wealth. R. Kelly's peak net worth and lifestyle. At the height of his career, R. Kelly was not only a chart-topping artist but also a multimillionaire. By the early 2000s, his estimated net worth ranged between $100 million and $150 million. He had multiple income streams. Album sales. With over 75 million records sold worldwide, Kelly was one of the best-selling artists in history. Touring. His live performances consistently sold out large venues. Songwriting, production. He penned hits for Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Michael Jackson, You Are Not Alone, and even his controversial protege, Aaliyah. Publishing rights. Initially a lucrative asset, though mismanagement and legal issues would later eat into these earnings. Real estate empire. A life of luxury homes. R. Kelly's real estate holdings were vast and opulent. He spared no expense in creating lavish living spaces tailored to his tastes. The crown jewel among these was his infamous Olympia Fields mansion, located in the Chicago suburbs. The abandoned mansion in Olympia Fields, purchased in the late 1990s, this 14,500 square foot estate was more than just a residence, it was a monument to his ego and wealth. The property featured 7 spacious bedrooms and 15 bathrooms, a private indoor basketball court, where Kelly often played with his entourage, a recording studio with state-of-the-art equipment, multiple lounge areas, fireplaces, and a home theater, a custom-built indoor pool and jacuzzi, high-security fencing, surveillance cameras, and guarded entry. The estate was later dubbed a prison disguised as a palace by critics and investigators, especially after it became a site of alleged abuse and unlawful confinement. After a series of legal battles and financial collapses, the mansion was abandoned. Photos and drone footage from 2019 onward show broken windows, mold, water damage, and overgrown landscaping, a tragic visual metaphor for Kelly's downfall. In 2022, the property was repossessed and listed as a distressed asset. Other properties. Atlanta. Kelly maintained 2 homes in suburban Atlanta, one of which was allegedly used to house young women. Both were foreclosed in 2018. Miami Beach. He reportedly rented a luxury condo in the early 2000s, overlooking the ocean, fitted with marble floors and gold-plated fixtures. North Carolina. A lesser-known property linked to Kelly was quietly sold in the 2010s during the early stages of his financial troubles. Garage of the Gods. R. Kelly's supercar collection. Cars were one of Kelly's most public indulgences. His collection rivaled that of any major celebrity and included Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe, a car valued at over $450,000. Bentley Continental GT, often customized with high-end audio systems and rims. Ferrari 458 Italia, bright red, reportedly one of his most prized possessions. Lamborghini Murcielago, bought during his peak years. Maybach 62S, a symbol of executive luxury. Multiple Escalades and Range Rovers, used by staff and entourage. Kelly often flaunted his cars on music video sets, social media, and public appearances. He also reportedly gave away cars as gifts, sometimes to women in his inner circle or fellow artists he worked with. Lifestyle of excess. Beyond homes and cars, Kelly indulged in almost every luxury imaginable. Clothing and jewelry, custom-tailored suits, alligator skin shoes, Gucci jackets, and diamond-encrusted watches were his staples. His accessories alone were worth hundreds of thousands. Travel. Private jet charters, presidential suites in five-star hotels, and vacations to exotic locations were routine. Staff. His household and touring entourage included chefs, security, assistants, wardrobe stylists, makeup artists, engineers, and even a personal spiritual advisor. Parties. Kelly was infamous for hosting lavish house parties that featured champagne fountains, celebrity guests, and dancers. Some reports estimate he spent upwards of $100,000 a night during his peak. From fortune to financial ruin, the decline of R. Kelly's wealth. By the mid-2010s, cracks began to show in Kelly's financial empire. By 2020, reports indicated that his net worth had not only plummeted but had gone negative, with court documents revealing he owed millions and had less than $500 in his prison commissary account. How it all fell apart. Legal settlements and attorney fees. Over 2 decades, Kelly faced numerous lawsuits, many of which were settled out of court. Estimates suggest he paid over $10 million in hush money and civil settlements to alleged victims. Loss of royalties, poor financial management, bad contracts, and unpaid debts led to garnishments of his royalty income. Many of his publishing rights were sold or used as collateral, leaving him with little passive income. Declining record sales and cancelled gigs. The #MuteRKelly movement drastically impacted his ability to tour or sell music. His last major tour in 2016 was cut short amid protests, and venues began to drop him from lineups. Foreclosures and evictions. Between 2015 and 2019, Kelly lost multiple homes to foreclosure. He was evicted from 2 Atlanta homes and owed $173,000 in back rent for his Chicago studio, which was later condemned. Unpaid taxes. At one point, Kelly owed the IRS over $1.9 million in unpaid taxes. Additional fines and interest continued to accumulate during his incarceration. Child support arrears. Kelly owed over $200,000 in back child support to his ex-wife Andrea Kelly. He was briefly jailed in 2019 for non-payment before a friend paid the debt on his behalf. No bail money. Despite facing serious federal charges, Kelly could not post bail in 2019, as he had no liquid assets. He remained behind bars for nearly 4 years before trial. Legal battles. 2 decades of allegations and criminal trials. R. Kelly's legal history is among the most notorious in the entertainment world. His legal issues span from the 1990s to the 2020s and involve state and federal cases, both civil and criminal. Timeline of major legal events. 1994 to 2000. Rumors and marriage to Aaliyah. 1994. Kelly married 15-year-old Aaliyah, using a falsified age on the marriage license. The marriage was annulled, but rumors persisted about other underage relationships. 1996 to 2001. Multiple civil lawsuits filed by women who claimed sexual abuse, coercion, and statutory rape. 2002 to 2008. Criminal charges and acquittal. 2002. Kelly was indicted on 21 counts of child pornography related to a videotape sent anonymously to the Chicago Sun-Times. 2008. After 6 years of delays, he was acquitted due to lack of witness cooperation and unclear identification. 2017 to 2019. Documentary and renewed scrutiny. 2017. A BuzzFeed exposé claimed Kelly was holding women in a sex cult. 2019. Lifetime aired Surviving R. Kelly, a 6-part docuseries that reignited public outrage and opened the floodgates of new allegations. 2019 to 2022. Arrests and convictions. February 2019. Indicted in Illinois on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. July 2019. Arrested again on federal charges in New York and Illinois including racketeering, sex trafficking, coercion and enticement. 2021. Found guilty on 9 federal counts in New York. 2022. Sentenced to 30 years in prison. 2023. Federal trial in Chicago. Convicted of child pornography and obstruction of justice. Received a second sentence of 20 years, mostly concurrent with his first. Cultural impact and legacy. R. Kelly's music once defined a generation, but his legacy is now overshadowed by his crimes. His songs, once wedding staples and chart toppers, have been removed from playlists. Tributes and references by other artists have been scrubbed or walked back. Streaming data shows a sharp decline in his plays, and the industry has distanced itself almost entirely. His former record label dropped him, and multiple collaborators issued public apologies for working with him. Documentaries, news specials, and podcasts continue to explore his crimes and failures, cementing his place not as a music icon, but as a cautionary tale of unchecked fame and abuse. Conclusion. From palaces to prison, R. Kelly's rise was meteoric, fueled by raw talent, charisma, and an industry eager to capitalize on his genius. But his fall has been just as dramatic. His abandoned mansion now sits empty, overgrown and vandalized. His cars were repossessed or auctioned. His music empire has crumbled, and his name is forever linked to abuse and betrayal. From multi-million-dollar estates to a 6 by 8 foot prison cell, the story of R. Kelly is not just about squandered fortune. It's about power abused, justice delayed, and the long road to accountability. His downfall, though tragic, underscores the importance of listening to survivors and ensuring no one, no matter how powerful, is above the law.